Hey, boys and girls. We're going to go back to a time there when we were talking about that Pendleton Civil Service Act. Okay, and this all happens in a range from 1877 through 1896. Uh, I'm going to read you a little about this because this era is about politics and reform. Okay, I'm going to read you some stuff that I feel is important here. Why does it matter? Okay, during this period, political parties are often focused on party competition rather than on important issues. Does that sound similar to what's going on today? I do. Rural Americans were suffering economically, and they began to organize to obtain relief. Organize. Organize, that could have been, let's see, during that time you could have started seeing the beginning of union mines. Most certainly, this says, 1877 through 1896, I know for sure in the early 1900s there were unions. So they organized to obtain relief, and many states passed laws segregating African Americans and limiting their voting rights. Now, why would they do that? They did that because they're cutting out a good part of voters and controlling how the votes go. Now, what kind of impact has that had on us today? Well, to ensure fair hiring, a federal civil service system was created. We know a little bit about that, don't we? Segregation created problems that Americans are still working to overcome, and you guys, your generation is still dealing with this. Think of all the stuff that has happened during COVID. Okay, all that will be in history books in the future. I'm going to tell you a little timeline here. We'll start 1877 through 1881. Hayes is president, and during that time, the Farmers Alliance is founded in Texas. On the world stage in 1878, Russians defeat the Turks in a war over control of the Balkans. 1881, of course, President Garfield ends up getting assassinated. Okay. World stage, France annexes Tahiti, which really doesn't mean much to us. We all know in 1883, the Civil Service Act was adopted. Oh, another little worldly piece of history is that in 1884, the first subway was made in London. By 1887, Florida initiates Jim Crow laws, and the Interstate Commerce Act is adopted. By 1890, the Sherman Antitrust Act is passed. 1895, Booker T. Washington gives Atlanta Compromise speech. Very important. And then by 1896, Democrats are supporting free silver, which that'll make more sense to you later. Okay. So as far as what we're going to do for an assignment, I got to get to it. Sorry, guys. I'm going to need you to do a couple things for me, and I will write it in the space on canvas. I'm going to need you to define excuse me, not define. We're going to be identifying, I guess you could say, or describing some tariffs, some other acts, some commissions. You will see it on canvas, okay? Economically, we're going to be looking at the Interstate Commerce Commission, okay? And there's a time in there that Republicans regained power, and we're going to look at the McKinley tariff, okay? And you're going to look at the Sherman Antitrust Act, okay? I'll give you a little bit on each of those, okay? Oh my gosh. Okay, economics, the Interstate Commerce Commission. Basically, with greater industrialization and the growth of the labor movement, unrest among workers was mounting across the country. Many strikes occurred in this period, and the police and paid guards sometimes attacked workers with clubs. A lot of times those paid guards were Pinkertons. This period of violence basically come to a conclusion in 1886 when a bomb exploded at a labor demonstration in Haymarket Square in Chicago. The McKinley tariff, okay? We have an election in 1888, and Republicans get control of both houses, Congress, both houses of Congress, I should say, and the White House. And they use this power, and they pass legislation to address points of national concern. And a major piece of legislation was McKinley's tariff bill. He's from Ohio, and he pushes through this tariff bill. I'm not going to tell you what it's about. It has several things in it, and wow, okay. It's almost, in a way, makes you wonder and want to dig deeper in research. This is not my area of specialty, but why the things that the tariffs cut, what they deal with, why those goods. But you're getting ready to find out. And the Sherman Antitrust Act. The Republican-controlled Congress also responded to popular pressure to do something about the power of trusts, large combinations of companies that dominated certain markets. And you have a Senator, John Sherman of Ohio, introduced the Sherman Antitrust Act of 1890, and it declared illegal any, and that's all I'm going to tell you. You're going to tell me the rest, okay? Hope everybody's feeling well. Don't freak out. This is not due till Friday. I have to go get vaccination tomorrow. I'm just trying to get ahead. Hope everybody out there is well. See you soon.